A new friend to the Sports Buffet podcast, Nathaniel Cline. I met him a few months back at the state tournament in basketball. He so kindly joined me to talk about some teams from the Northern Neck area that are still alive. We touch a little baseball, we touch a little tennis, and more with Nathaniel Cline, sports editor, Northern Neck News, right here on the Sports Buffet podcast. State champions are going to be crowned this week in the spring sports realm. Nathaniel Cline, sports editor of the North Neck News, joins me here on the Sports Buffet podcast to break down some teams in his area that could be capturing state titles. And Nathaniel, let's start with baseball. East Rockingham, the Region B runner-up, is going to travel down to play the Region A champion Rappahannock on Tuesday. What makes Rappahannock a strong team?
Well, I'll probably say first off, it's probably their defense and the pitching staff. They have three pitchers that they could probably throw at any team. The Collins brothers came in, and Flannery Collins and Jacob Roberts. Two of those guys were actually both in the state championship game about a couple of years back when Rappahannock won that game. So, but they bring some experience. So they got some young guys they're bringing up, but most importantly, probably their defense. So.
What's made Rappahannock so good at this point in the season to keep winning and keep playing and have their name listed as one of the final 8 in Division I?
I think it'll probably start with their coach, Larry Barker. He's a very confident gentleman. Even talking to him, he speaks highly of his guys, and just being already in the region and just winning the state championship a couple of years ago. They feel real confident about coming in, and they know what to do and what not to do, and to be successful. Reaching through the state tournament.
I think a lot of people at this point in the season always wonder how battle-tested is a team, or if a team sees adversity now, are they going to kind of panic? As Rappahannock, have they seen the adversity that if they see something now, they'll be okay for the state playoffs?
Somewhere in the middle of the season, they actually faced 3 top aces in the Northern Neck District. Coaches will tell anybody that the Northern Neck District arguably is one of the better districts to see. And as for Rappahannock's case, they had to see them 3 straight games. They lost 3 straight losses there, and since then they've been on a roll. Towards their goal of winning the state championship. So, as far as facing adversity, I think that was probably their biggest adversity this season, and they feel very confident trying to win.
Rappahannock is not the only baseball team that they have going. They also have the softball team going, and also it's against East Rockingham, which is kind of funny on Tuesday. Tell me what makes Rappahannock's softball team a threat to keep going.
I would say their experience and their pitching. First off, in the town of Richmond County, there's a saying that I come up with: the kids come out of the womb with baseball bat or glove. These kids are always around the baseball or softball diamond. But they just experienced. Just recently, the last game, their head coach Ellen Gaines won her career 400th win, and they're pretty stoked. They're pretty excited about coming in for the state tournament. But mainly their pitching also as well, with Allie Berger and Carly Clark. 2 dynamic pitchers. They're still young. They've got another year coming up or 2. But they're doing really well, and they're going to lean on those 2 young ladies.
I've broadcasted some games for Region B teams to where we have to travel down to Region A, and it's not the most fun ride in terms of, it's a long ride, 3-4 hours sometimes, depending. How much of an advantage does that give a team like Rappahannock for the baseball and softball when East Rockingham's, coming out of the Shenandoah Valley, so to speak?
Oh, they're going to be in their backyard, which is interesting. Now, they did everything they could to reach this point to host the first round. Coming to Rappahannock, the parents and fans, they love their baseball, they love their softball, and they're going to be right behind them. So, all I can probably suggest is that, if East Rockingham wants to get out, they better bring some fans.
Right.
For themselves.
Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in your region. Northumberland has their girls soccer team all the way to this point. What stands out about them to you?
I would say probably their offense. They have some strong legs on both sides of the field. Inga Spawn. She's actually an exchange student for just a year from, I believe it's Germany. Finished talking with her a couple of weeks ago. She's really excited about being at this point with young ladies, and they are too. Their midfielder, Linda Santa Maria, she's going to be heading off to college here soon. The college escapes me right now. But they have some experience. They have a lot of girls that gel with each other. And, their coach is their coach loves the sport, loves his girls, and he's very passionate about them as well. And so I think with a combination of those, they're going to be really a team to look out for and not to overlook.
How would you assess soccer in your part of the state in terms of, is it really a hungry soccer region, or is soccer kind of just getting on down there to where, maybe in the other parts of the state you kind of see it as further along?
I think it's catching on up here in the Northern Neck District. Just this year, we added 2 more teams to the Northern Neck from Essex High School and Lancaster High School, 2 new girls teams. And just speaking alone, just for the girls soccer. But that's provided some competition up here in Northumberland. They weren't teams that they could overlook. They weren't competitive for them. So I was, probably saying about a year or two, it's going to increase even more. So it's become real popular up here. And also to add to that, King William High School also added one over in the Tidewater District as well.
And it's a situation too where Northumberland is going to be taking on George Mason, who is they're there every year and so forth and so on. But what can it help Northumberland, even if they don't get the result they're looking for, just by playing a team that is perennially up there?
In the case of Northumberland, what I'm afraid of is if they go off and they see the bright lights, that they'll panic. I don't believe they'll do that. The girls have done really well this year. If I'm correct, the girls are 11-5 this year. Those games that they lost to, they were by big margins. But I think that the games that they played have challenged them, and I think their coach will make sure that they're ready for come Tuesday.
And then a sport in the spring that probably doesn't get the attention it should is tennis. I know in Group A, the girls from Rappahannock, Lori Gagnon and Abby Kazanka, are going to take on a doubles team from Gate City with Rosa Smith and Taylor Evans. Talk about the doubles team of Lori and Abby, of what you know of them.
Well, these 2 young ladies, and as part of the Rappahannock team, not to look down, I know unfortunately they didn't make it to the state tournament. They have some experience. They have a very passionate coach and Corbin Franklin. Those 2 young ladies have been together. This will be their 2nd year, if I'm correct. But they were out in the heat and elements last week, and so hopefully, they'll be in some good conditions, and that they should prove pretty effectively in the state tournament first round. So.
And then I also believe Rappahannock's boys tennis team is also going to be playing at Radford at noon on Friday against George Mason. Again, kind of how would you sum up tennis in your neck of the woods?
This is the first time in school's history that Rappahannock has been undefeated. They're really excited right now. Their community is really excited about these individuals that are going out to the state tournament. They work a lot. They even work out with each other to make each other better, both the boys and the girls. The parents and fans, they also have access to facilities themselves. Their names don't want to be on the record, but they just want to do whatever they can to help them. But this is one town that said, we're going to support them, and it's going to show, and that's what's happening this year.
Well, Nathaniel, keep up the good work at the Northern Neck News. We'll talk to you down the line, and thank you for your appearance on the Sports Buffet podcast.
All right, thank you for the opportunity.